This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibeto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production Live Events.
When supper time's a crunch, T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
Go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
18 seconds. You see the clock. Lewis. Inside, turn around, can't get it. Williams, offensive board and scores with 7 seconds to go. We're tied at 46. Paul Williams may have missed a couple of opportunities at the midway point of this quarter, but he has scored 5 straight for Minot.
hustle, determination, the sheer will to win. It's time for high school basketball on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibeto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production Live Events. Now let's go to the hardwood. For the Planet Pizza Countdown to Tip-Off, here's the voice of the Pro Style Production Network, Nick Holberg.
Well, the Minot Jets were handed their biggest defeat of the season just a few nights ago against the team in the state that holds the top honors as being the best in the entire land of North Dakota. The Devils like Firebirds. Tonight, the Jets return to their home floor with a matchup against a team that has the worst record in all of girls basketball across North Dakota, the Turtle Mountain High School Bravettes. They come in tonight sitting on a record of 0-13 inside of conference play. They're 1-13 overall here in 2019-2020, but they do have some girls that can shoot the basketball. They go against a Jets team tonight that sits on a 6-7 mark inside of West Region play and a 6-8 mark overall. Just about set for a national anthem inside of the gymnasium here at Magic City. When we come back to our countdown to tip-off, we'll hear Jason Schwartz, the head coach of the Jets. We'll hear from him when we return.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
It's time for the Planet Pizza pregame Coach's Corner. Get your game plan for laser tag in the largest laser tag playground in the region. Did we mention the cheesy, delicious, mouth-watering first bite of a Planet Pizza pizza? Now, here's the matchup's insight with the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner.
It's the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner here in the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Planet Pizza. We're now joined by the Minot Jets head coach, Mr. Jason Schwartz. And first of all, Coach, thanks for some time again here tonight.
You bet. Nice having you here.
Back to the home floor against a Belcourt Braves team that is certainly hungry for a win here midway through the season. Let's go back to your last game before we talk about this one here tonight. Boy, you had a tough contest with Devils Lake. Talk about them and that matchup against the state's quote-unquote top team, possibly.
Well, it's a team that we only see once a year, and so we know our opponents in the WDA inside and out, so we know what to expect from one game to the next. But and not seeing them for a whole year, we knew that we were going to see full court pressure. They just apply more pressure than anybody that we're going to see in the WDA, and they're extremely athletic and quick. And so they give us a lot of fits in the full court with their pressure, and they speed you up so much. And so even when we did get good looks at the basket, we're going a lot faster than normal. And, we missed a lot of easy shots, and they gained the momentum real quick, real early in that game, and it was over early.
Talk about this matchup here tonight. After that loss to Devils Lake, you get a much easier opponent, quote-unquote, on paper, but never to be overlooked are the Bravettes from Belcourt.
Well, we've got to come out and we've got to play our game. We've got to get regrouped from the other day and just play our basketball and do all the things that we can control. We got to take care of the basketball. We're pretty good at getting good shots offensively. We're pretty smart as far as that's concerned. And then, if we can come out and play defense like we did Thursday against Mandan, we held Mandan, who's one of the better teams in the WDA, to 10 points at halftime. And so we played real well that first half. I think we got a little bit tired the second half. So we're going to look to go a little bit deeper on our bench starting this week. start developing some more players off our bench to kind of make a run here towards the second half of the season and leading up to tournament time.
How big is it tonight to get an early lead and avoid a letdown against a team that traditionally can shoot pretty well once they get heated up from outside the arc?
Well, we want to come out and have a quick start every game, and it starts by us getting the basketball to the rim, getting some easy looks to just kind of get our confidence going more than anything. And so we're going to look to establish the post area, either get it into the post or off the dribble and get it inside. And so that seems to be our best way of getting ourselves going. The games that we've won, the majority of the time, we're scoring around the rim most of the time. You look at our shot chart from the other day against Devil's Lake, a lot of shots away from the basket, and they weren't falling. And so we have to realize, we got to understand what our game is. Our game is get the ball to the basket, and we got to do that right out of the gate.
How important is a win tonight when you look at the standings and knowing what's left on the season, knowing that you want to be one of those top 5 heading into West Region tournament time? How big is tonight really for your team?
Well, every game is going to be big from here on out. If we want to position ourselves and position ourselves much better than where we have in the past. We've had to play in the play-in game the last couple of years. We want to avoid that, so we've got to get in the top 5, and that includes tonight. So tonight's extremely important for us in that matter to start making our move.
Planet Pizza countdown to tip-off comes to a close. We're set for girls high school basketball here from the Magic City tonight. Here at Minot at the Minot High Gymnasium. Minot High will be the home team tonight. They're in their home white uniforms. They'll travel from the left to the right for the first half on the radio dial. From the right to the left will be Turtle Mountain or Belcourt. The Bravettes, they're in the road blacks, trimmed out in gold and maroon. Off the opening tip-off, Minot High gets the basketball. They bring it into offensive territory. 2 shots went up, one from Nelson. It didn't fall, and back the other way for the Bravettes. They control the basketball and work it back down to the corner. They're going to lose possession. Aaron Casper, tonight's official, says it was last touched by the Bravettes, so Minot High gets the ball. They'll inbound underneath their hoop. All right, crowd on hand tonight here at the Gymnasium at Magic City for this West Region affair tonight. Bravettes came out and won their first game of the year. An on-conference matchup against Grand Forks Central. They haven't won since. They're 0-13 in their last 13, 1-13 overall. To the rack and putting one up and in for 2 points. Making it fall there was Lauren McLean. She's got the first points of the ball game. Bravettes with control of the basketball. They work on the outside of the arc with Kobe Kemplin. Kemplin now dribbles towards the lane, crosses back over, puts up a jump shot. Oh, that one falls. 2 points for Kemplin on a nice little dribble drive play there. The Jets back with the basketball with control is Haskins. She throws it down low. It was last touched by Lauren McLean, out of bounds and went. So the Bravettes get the basketball back and they'll inbound underneath the rack here a minute 4 seconds into tonight's contest. Special thanks once again to Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza. They can be reached tonight at 701-852-1700. They'll deliver all night long. That stuff is fantastic. Bravettes with the basketball outside the arc. They work it around here with Hermia Gurneau. She's got the basketball, kicks it back up top. Handling now is Avery LaFontaine. She throws up a three-point attempt that was no good. Ball pulled down to Minot High. Has the basketball. Foul will be charged here on Belcourt. And it's Amaya Gurneau charged with her first personal, first team foul. Here with 16:30 to play in half number 1. Basketball controlled by Allie Nelson for the Magents. Spins it into the lane, kicks it back up to the charity stripe. Now charging towards the lane, throwing one up. No good on the attempt from Tia Haskins. Still 2-0. Make it 2-2 here with the basketball. It's controlled now by Belcourt. They push it back down low and back up top. Controlling the basketball and working it here is Kobe Kemplin. She had the first 2-pointer of the night for Belcourt. She was fouled on the play by number 21 of the Magents. That's Tia Haskins. First personal, first team foul. Ball will be inbounded here by the Bravettes underneath the Minot High rack. Thrown in, Allie Nelson takes it away at the baseline, and Nelson's got it here for Minot High. Averaging 17.1 points per game, looking for her first, put it off the glass And it was no good. Rebound pulled down here by Turtle Mountain. They've got the basketball, and it's Amaya Gurneau. Kicked it outside with the basketball now. It's Trottier back way to the near side wing. With it is Kepler. Driving towards the lane and throwing up a two-point attempt is Amaya Gurneau, and Gurneau's got her first two of the night. Back the other way on the floor, up and off the glass on the give and go. Laura McLean's got two more. 4-4 ball game early in this one here tonight. Minot High coming in at 6-7 in the West region, number 7 in the standings. You heard from the head coach of the Magents, Jason Schwartz, talking about how important the top 5 positions are in West Region play, so you don't have to go through the play-in come region tourney time. Gurneau with a nice move, threw it outside with the basketball now. It's Kepler. Shot clock down to 3. And Aaron Casper's going to say there's a foul on the play. And it's on Laura McLean, her first personal. That will be the second team foul on the Magents. Sending Kepler to the line, shooting 61% from the charity stripe. First attempt is up, hit the front of the rim, just a little too short. She'll have another shot at it here in the 4-4 ball game early on tonight from Magic City. Here's the 5'7" junior on the second attempt. This one is up, hits the front of the rim again, just a bit short. Minot High pulls down the basketball. Over the half-court line, Minot High with control. Paige Rosenkrantz off to Cheddar, back up top to McLean. Directly at the top of the arc now, sweeps it over to the right side. Cheddar in the corner here on the near side. Back up top, over to Cheddar again. Throws it inside to Nelson. Nelson works it back up top. Shot clock at 8. Here's the attempt from just outside the charity stripe. No good. Pulled down, but Jets fire up another attempt and an air ball from Laura McLean. The ball will go out of bounds, so Turtle Mountain will inbound again underneath the rack. Busy week for Pro Style Production Network here this week. Join us for more girls high school basketball on Thursday night. St. Mary's will be in town. That will be a 7:10 Planet Pizza pregame show. St. Mary's boys here on Friday night to take on the Magicians. Then more college hockey on Saturday evening. Game time there is scheduled for 7:30. Planet Pizza pregame show at 7:15 from the Mesa Arena. Allie Nelson charges the rack. She puts it up and in. And Nelson has her first two of the ball game. Inbounding are the Bravettes. They cross the half-court line with it. They control the basketball. Trottier in the corner. That's on the far wing. Sets it up. Crashing towards the rack was Kepler, looking for her fourth point of the game. But it's the Magents that pull down the shot that was no good. Outside the arc, 3 attempt, up and off the mark. That time from Tia Haskins. But Jets pull down the board. Here's Allie Nelson, puts it up, bounces around on the rack, still waiting for it. Nelson lead back as if to say fall already, and the ball did not. It's pulled down here by the Bravettes. And there's going to be a call on the play. What will it be? Looks like it will be on Allie Nelson. Jason Schwartz was up and animated. Looked like he was thinking that could have been an offensive foul, but it's not. It will go against Allie Nelson, the senior for the Magents, her first personal. That will be third team foul. That'll send Kobe Kepler to the charity stripe. Third attempt from the free throw line for Kepler. This one short, off the mark again. All three of them hit the same spot on the rim. All three of them short. Minot High's up 6-4 with 13:31 to play here in the first half. Allie Nelson checked out of the ball game. Mariah Evenson checked in for Minot High. Here's the fourth attempt in the ball game for Kepler. She gets that one to fall, so now she's 1 for 4 here tonight. Basketball controlled by the Magents. Tia Haskins to the corner. Delivered into the paint, back up to Haskins. There's a foul on the play in the paint, and it will be on Bravettes number 10, Bria Chrysler. First personal, that will be the second team foul. Inbounding the basketball. Minot High's got it in the offensive zone here with Rosenkrantz. Top of the arc, sweeps it over to the right side, and now back up top. It's Cheddar, deep 3-ball attempt. Cheddar gets it to fall. 9-5, Minot High with the lead, thanks to Becca Cheddar. Putting home a 3-pointer from way outside the arc. Turtle Mountain with the basketball now. Man-to-man defense here from Minot High. Evenson all over Tranchier. Tranchier holds the basketball, and the head coach, Eugene Monet, decides he wants to call his first time out of the ballgame. 12:56 remains here in the first half. Minot High leading this one. It's 9-5 on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. We'll keep it right here as we look around the region and side of West Region play. It's Legacy still the top team. They're undefeated in conference play. They're undefeated overall at 14-0 on the year. Century, the number 2 team, they're 12-1. Mandan sits at an 8-5 mark. Bismarck High also at 8-5. St. Mary's at 8-5. Jamestown's at 5-5. They've only played 10 games within the conference. Minot currently sits 7th inside of conference play at 6-7. Watford City at 4-8. They're 8th, followed by Williston at 9. Dickinson at 10 at 1-12. And then Turtle Mountain at 0-13 inside of conference play. They round out the 11 inside of the West Region. Top 5 have their seats stapled for postseason play inside of WDA tournament action. Seeds 6 through 11 have the play-in game. 6 plays 11, they host it. 6 does, 7 hosts 10, and 8 hosts 9. So it is of much importance to end up in that top 5 once the dust settles inside of conference play. Bravettes will inbound the basketball back right at the half-court line. Man-to-man defense again here for Minot High School. Tranchier to inbound. Looking for the outlet, she finds Kemplin. Kemplin sends it down low. Gourdeau put it up, no good. Rebound, put up and in. And Avery LaFontaine's got her first 2 points of the night. She's got the chance at the 3-point play, and she'll go to the charity stripe on the foul that was called. On the Magents, Becca Cheddar, her first personal. That's the 4th team foul. Checking out of the ball game, Laura McLean comes out for Minot High. Avery Lundy checks in for the Magents with her first action here tonight. 3-point play is good for Avery LaFontaine. She goes 1 for 1. Shoots 50% from there. She's averaging 7.4 points per game. She's got 3 now for Belcourt. She's going to intercept the basketball again, and LaFontaine brings it over the timeline. Carries it down into the near corner, works it back up top of Meyer Gourdeau. Fancy move behind the back, then goes up towards the glass. She put the layup just a bit off the mark. Lundy pulled down the rebound, and it's the Magents with the basketball off to Ellie Nelson in the corner. 2-point attempt, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Magents. Nelson has it again. Nelson drives the lane, trying to kiss it off the window, but it was no good. Rebound was pulled down there. LaFontaine's got it again. LaFontaine down to the far corner. She puts up the shot from an odd angle. Rolls off the rack, and the rebound pulled down by the Magents. It's Rosenkrantz trying to deliver it down to the corner to Evenson. The ball went out of bounds. Last touch by Turtle Mountain, so with 11:55 to play here in the first, Minot High will inbound underneath the basket. Becca Cheddar checking out for Minot High. Checking in comes Tia Haskins once again for the Magents. Allie Nelson delivers down low off the inbound. Rosenkrantz handles at the top of the arc. Over to the corner to dish down from Haskins off to Nelson. That attempt no good. Back up top and work back around to Lundy. Lundy's got it here. Back up to Rosenkrantz. She charges in. Layup attempt is good. And Paige Rosenkrantz has her first 2 of the ball game. 11-8. Minot High has the lead. Basketball worked in by Turtle Mountain on the near side. Underneath the rack now, push back across into the lane, off the glass. Counted 2 points for Turtle Mountain. That one will fall. And the points are there for Malaterry, her first 2 of the game. 3 attempt is good from way downtown, and Tia Haskins converts. 4-point lead for the Magents at 14-10. Minot High's biggest margin of victory was against Turtle Mountain this year. They won 94-58. This one's a dogfight early on here tonight. Avery LaFontaine has 2 more points. Back within 2 is Turtle Mountain. It's 14-12. Minot High. Nelson off to the corner. That shot up was no good. On the attempt there for Mariah Evenson, and the basketball pulled down by Turtle Mountain. They crossed the half-court line with Kemplin. Kemplin handling. She'll take the look at the three ball, put it up, that one off the mark. Rebound pulled down here by Evenson, and Minot High has some real estate as they cross the timeline. Allie Nelson just inside the arc, two-pointer up, but no good. That basketball off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Turtle Mountain, and they have some room with it. Zone defense put back on by the Magents. 14-12, they lead. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first half of basketball. Lundy pulls down the rebound on the three attempt. That was no good for Malatieri. Back at the other end of the floor, there's a big block there. Tia Haskins went up. She had three Bravettes on top of her. Cheddar will check back in, as will McLean. Out from Minot High comes Rosenkrantz. Evenson checks out as well. 10 on the dot to play here in the first half. Thanks for joining us here tonight on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. Happy to be inside the Minot High Gymnasium for Minot Magents basketball. On the inbound, Allie Nelson's got it at the elbow. She'll drive the lane, off the window and in. Nelson's got 4 in the ball game now, and Minot High has a 4-point lead at 16-12. Here's Amaya Gerdon, averaging 10.3 points per game, the team leader for Belcourt. Dished off to the corner. Back up top, it came down for Chrysler. Back over to Gordon. Dropped it down off the glass on the attempt, and the good give-and-go play from Ferris. Rebound pulled down by Ferris. She was then whistled out of bounds, so Minot High gets the ball back. Zone defense put on here by Belcourt as Becca Cheddar handles the basketball. She'll cross the half-court line with it. Cheddar takes it down to the right side. Now she's back at the elbow, dribbled across. Back to Allie Nelson, and Nelson works it back around where it's going to be handled here by McLean. McLean off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down, last touch by Turtle Mountain, so Minot High gets the ball back. Well, when you look at the Magents, they're averaging 25 rebounds per game. They've been out-rebounded on an average of 4 times per night by their opponents on the year. Turtle Mountain, on the other hand, they pulled down 32 boards on the year. Tia Haskins has her 5th point to the ball game. Minot High's got a 6-point lead at 18-12. Short little 4-foot jumper from Haskins fouled the mark. Other end of the floor, the basketball goes out of bounds. Handful of subs come into the ball game. Allie Nelson checks out for Minot High. Checking back in for the Magents, Mariah Evenson. Bravettes with the basketball. Left side of the radio dial, now way up top. Top of the key with the basketball handling and driving it back outside. LaFontaine handles. She's going to throw the runner up. That one no good. Rebound pulled down by Lundy, in the 8th grader from Minot High. Delivers across to Cheddar. Cheddar starts the rush for the Magents. Cheddar off to the corner here for Evenson. Dribbles towards the rack, kicks it way up top. Lundy's way downtown, put it up, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Magents. Cheddar's got it again, dribbles towards the lane. Cheddar throws up. The shot from the side of the rack, and Becker Cheddar's got 2 more in the ball game. 8-point lead for the Magents. It's 20-12 here with 8:10 to play in the first half. Delivered inside with the basketball. It's pulled down by Minot High. Or McLean took it away there. Right out of the hands of LaFontaine. Then there was a foul on the play. It's going to be LaFontaine charged with her first personal. Third team foul. With the basketball for the Magents is Paige Rosenkrantz. She averages just about 5 points a game. Evenson off to Rosenkrantz. Top of the arc, delivered back across. Now McLean's got it. Cheddar from downtown again, and Becca Cheddar hits again. Cheddar from way downtown. Minot High's got a 23-12 lead. Full timeout called here by the Bravettes. Trying to stop the bleeding as the Magents hitting from everywhere now. Becca Cheddar's got 6 in the ball game, all coming from beyond the arc. Minot High leads this one 23-12. Back with the remaining 7:47 left in the first half. This is Minot High Magent basketball.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibetto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production live events. Now let's get back to the hardwood. Here's the voice of the Pro Style Production Network, Nick Holber.
2 3-pointers from Becca Cheddar have Minot High in the driver's seat of this West Region affair tonight, 23-12. The Magents lead. Turtle Mountain with the basketball. Gurneau is going to touch the out-of-bounds line, and Minot High is going to get the basketball back on their offensive side of the floor. Well, the inbound came to Amaya Gurneau. She touched the baseline with her right foot. Minot High gets the ball back. They've got it with a look from outside the arc. The air ball was put up from Tia Haskins. Rebound pulled down here by Turtle Mountain, and it's Trottier back up to half court where it's handled here by Kepler. Back to Trottier. Now Keplin's got it far corner. Works it back up to the top of the arc. Now handling is Chrysler. Down low to the corner, it goes to Trottier. She puts up the shot, hit the iron. Rebound pulled down by Minot High's Lauren McLean. Back the other way for the Magents with the basketball. Tia Haskins to Cheddar. Off to the corner, Rosenkrantz now down low to Evenson. She tried to put up a little hook shot from the baseline. The rebound was pulled down here by Gurneau. And Amaya Gurneau has it for Turtle Mountain. 23-12 the score, 7 on the dot to play in the first half. Deep three ball way downtown. The attempt was there from Avery LaFontaine. Rattled in and out to Minot High. Brings it back to the other end of the floor. On the near wing, Cheddar from downtown. Puts that one up and rattled in, then came out. Rebound is pulled down by the Bravettes, so they've got the ball back over the timeline with LaFontaine. Now it's Kepler. She puts up the jump shot. That one will bounce in. She's now got 5 points in the ball game. It's Kobe Kepler here for Turtle Mountain, and we've got a 23-14 ball game. Minot High with possession. Rosenkrantz outside the arc, off to the right side. Now dribbling into the lane, trying to work it back up top to Cheddar was Haskins. And with the basketball for Turtle Mountain is Trottier. She'll dribble to the other end of the floor, back to the elbow, kicked outside. Here's the jump shot. The attempt was no good. Air ball from Kepler, and it's pulled down by Cheddar. Minot High calls a timeout. Jason Schwartz will slow up shop here with 6:02 to play in our first half. Minot High leads this one over Turtle Mountain. It's 23-14. This is Minot High Magents basketball.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibetto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production live events. Now let's get back to the hardwood. Here's the voice of the Pro Style Production Network, Nick Holber.
(23-14) Minot High on top of Turtle Mountain in this conference matchup inside of girls high school basketball on the west side of the state. Minot High at 6-7 in the west. Turtle Mountain coming in at 0-13 here in 2019-2020, but a good ball game so far. Minot High looking to see if they can extend the lead on Hook the Plow. With 6 minutes left here in the first half. Allie Nelson, the senior, will inbound here to Paige Rosenkrantz. Rosenkrantz over the timeline. Minot High with control of the basketball. Outside to Becca Cheddar. She's hit for 2 3-pointers tonight. She's added another field goal. 8 points for her in the ball game. Rosenkrantz outside the arc. Delivered back over to Cheddar. Shot clock down to 7. Back in the corner. 3 attempt. McLean off the mark. Rebound pulled down here by Turtle Mountain. And with the basketball, Malatieri delivered back across to Trottier. And Trottier crosses the magenta emblem right at half court with the basketball. They control now as it's Going to be taken here outside the arc and worked around by Kaplan. Delivered back up top to Trottier, back to the near corner. Delivered back, yeah, the defense is there from Allie Nelson, but away with the basketball came Kaplan. Outside the arc, thinking about the shot was Malatieri. Shot clock's at 3, they need to get rid of the basketball. Go Rome, spin move, she's gonna put up a shot. Charged with the double dribble there, here with 5 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first half. 23-14, Minot High on top. Paige Rosenkrantz controls the basketball. Here's Rosenkrantz outside the arc, delivered back over. Lundy's got it in the corner. She works it back up top. Allie Nelson, top of the key. Outside the arc now from Lundy to Rosenkrantz. Puts up the one-handed, left-handed shot, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down here. Trottier intercepted there by Lundy. What a play from Lundy. Threw it behind her back and connected with Rosenkrantz. Rosenkrantz down low to Lundy. Give and go to Becca Cheddar. My goodness, what a play there. Becca Cheddar's got 2 more in the ball game. Minot High leads 25-14. 4:21 left here in the first half of basketball. Minot High on top. Allie Nelson almost stole the basketball on the pass on the far wing. Went out of bounds on Nelson. So Belcourt will inbound it once again. Abaya Gernot handles at the top of the arc. She dribbles out there. Handling now back on the near side. Trottier with the basketball. Trottier top of the arc. Outside look, 3 attempt, just missed there from Ferris. Rebound pulled down by Minot High, and Lundy's got it again. Lundy went off the last time these two teams played. The 8th grader set the 3-point record in the ball game. Speaking of which, Lauren McLean hits from two-land just inside the arc. Lundy had 8 3-pointers that night against Turtle Mountain. The 8th grader was just absolutely on fire. Allie Nelson off to Paige Rosenkrantz. Near side at the elbow, stops and pops, hits it. Leads at 29-14 for Minot High. Down to 3:23 left in the first half. Gernot off to the corner. The shot came up. Rebound pulled down by Minot High. Allie Nelson right there touching it last was Del Rome. She had the shot that was off the mark. Minot High has the basketball now as it's going to be inbounded here by Allie Nelson off to Rosenkrantz. Full court pressure turned off here by Belcourt with 3:14 to play in the first half. Stick around for the First International Bank and Trust halftime report. Take a look around girls high school basketball. Have the full stats recap of this one. Becca Cheddar missed from outside the arc. Rebound is pulled down here by Kemplin. She takes it to the other end of the floor, bouncing at the top of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Allie Nelson, and Nelson brings it back over the timeline for Minot High. Nelson looks for the outlet, finds it. Rosenkrantz from the corner, 3-ball off the front of the rim. Pulled down here by the Bravettes, and it's Kemplin back to the other end of the floor. Kemplin charges in. Offensive foul charge there to Kemplin as Avery Lundy took that one. The offensive will be charged to Kemplin, her first personal. Fourth team foul. Cheddar outside the arc, dish down low, trying to force it down low to Nelson. Went off of her fingertips, then Lundy had it momentarily. Rebound pulled back away here. The steal pulled back away here by the Bravettes. Crashing towards the rack was Kemplin. Ball taken away, and here comes Lundy again. Lundy's over the timeline. Hounded heavily there, dishes it off to Cheddar. Cheddar had it in between her legs. She's got it back up to Rosenkrantz. Here's Paige Rosenkrantz outside the arc, back to Cheddar. Inside to Nelson. Nelson put it off the front of the rim, off the glass. Rebound pulled down here by the Bravettes. They've got the basketball over the timeline again with the Abaya Gernot. Gernot crashing towards the rack, puts that one up and in. She's got 4 now in the ball game. About 40 left here in the first half. It's 29-16 Minot High. Rosenkrantz dished off inside the arc to Cheddar. That basketball rolled in and then out. Pulled down here by the Bravettes, and it's Tabre Trottier that last had it, but it was last touch there by Allie Nelson. It went out of bounds, so Turtle Mountain will inbound again. 1:24 left in the first half. Minot High is going to get the basketball back as there's a conversation with Eugene Monet, along with Aaron Casper, the referee, at the Turtle Mountain bench. Becca Cheddar's got the basketball. She crosses the timeline with it. Dished off here on the near side to Tia Haskins. Now inside the arc to Allie Nelson. 18 seconds on the shot clock as Cheddar handles back to Haskins. Dribble drive to the inside of the lane. Came back away to Allie Nelson. She lost possession. And Turtle Mountain and Trottier have it again. Here's Trottier over the timeline. She dishes off. Gordeau handles here. Gordeau thought about the three-pointer. She'll drive the lane. Puts up the shot. Waiting for the call here. It's an offensive foul charge to Amaya Gordeau. Her second personal. 15 foul on the Bravettes. Under a minute to play in the first half. Minot High's up 29-16. Becca Cheddar's got the basketball. The top honors for most points so far in the ball game. She's hit from three land twice. Here's Allie Nelson, put it up. She was stuffed on the play, and back the other way comes Trottier. Trottier's got the basketball outside the arc far wing. Down to a half a minute to play in the first half. Now Gordeau handles. Gordeau spins it outside. Here's the look. Travels the violation before the shot went off from Avery LaFontaine. .23 seconds to play here in the first half. Minot High up by 13. It's 29-16. Shot clock is off. Rebecca Cheddar off to Lundy. Lundy made the move. She's going to be charged with the double dribble thanks to the stingy defense from Amaya Gordeau. Turtle Mountain will inbound here with Gordeau off to Trottier. We're down to the final 10 seconds. All right, kids, cut them down. We're at 9, now 8. Down to 6 seconds. Gordeau's got it far corner. Looking for the final shot of the half. Gordeau puts up the runner, and she gets it to fall. That does it for the first half. And at the end of one half played, Minot High leads this one 29-18. First International Bank and Trust intermission report right around the corner. Have the full recap of the stats. The analysis of the first half. We'll also look around North Dakota girls high school basketball. At the end of one, Minot High 29, Turtle Mountain 18. This is Minot High Magents basketball.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. I love Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit minothockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Minot High's Becca Cheddar has 10 points in the ball game. She's got the game high right now at the end of the first half. And Minot High leads 29-18 here in this West Region matchup with the Bravettes from Belcourt at 0-13 coming into tonight's contest, and the Magents from Minot High at 6-7 coming into the matchup here tonight. Scoring in the first half, first for the Bravettes. 5 points for Kobe Kaplan, 2 points for Kylan Malateri. Avery LaFontaine had 5. The only other scorer is Amaya Gerdone. She leads the Bravettes with 6 in the first half. For the Magents from Minot High, Allie Nelson with 4 points in the first half. Paige Rosenkrantz added 4 as well. 6 for Lauren McLean, 5 for Tia Haskins. And the only other scorer in the ballgame is Becca Cheddar, who hit twice from 2-land and twice from 3-land. 1 fall in that first half as well for her. 10 total points in the first half. Well, Minot High coming off of that defeat from Devils Lake, 71-34, the final score just the other night. Looking to get back on track here tonight with this matchup against Turtle Mountain, who hasn't won since their season opener. They sit on an 0-13 mark. 1-8 at home, 0-5 on the road. They didn't fare very well last year either. They went 0-20 inside of West Region play, 1-21 overall in North Dakota. When you look around North Dakota and you look at the standings inside of the state, it's Devils Lake, the Firebirds, that are 13-0 over on the east side of the state. Legacy from the west side sits at 13-0 as well. Looking at the EDC standings, Fargo Shanley High School, they're 10-2. They're number 2. Number 3 is Fargo Davies, Red River. Number 4 at 8-4. Number 5, West Fargo Cheyenne. They sit at 8-5. West Fargo sits at 6-7. Valley City's 4-6. Fargo South is 2-8. Grand Forks Central's 2-9. Fargo North is 1-6, and Wapaton's got 1 win on the year. They're 1-11. Talked about the West Region standings in the Planet Pizza pregame show. Legacy leads the way on 13-0. Inside of conference play, you've got Century at 12-1. Minot High had a pretty good ball game against Century when they were here just a few weeks back. Minot High came pretty close in that contest, falling to Century here on their home floor. Not until the final moments, however, of the ball game. It was a 54-62 matchup that Century had the upper hand in. Minot High took the lead with about 4 minutes left in that contest. Century ended up putting it into overdrive and picking up the win that night, but Century's the real deal. You got Mandan, number 3. Minot High just beat them 2 games ago. Minot High had the win over Mandan. Here on their home floor, that's a Mandan team that sits number 3 inside of the West Region. Minot High beat them 53-52. That was on January 30th. Top scorers inside of the West region. Allie Nelson from Minot High leads the way from all scorers. She averages 17 points per game. Hagerly from Jamestown averaging 16.6. Gustafson from Mandan averaging 15.8. And Darris from Mandan averaging 15. Darris against Allie Nelson 2 ball games ago was quite the matchup. Two bigs down low. Nelson got to work out that night against Mandan's Darris. That was the sound of that. And a good ball game there that Minot High ended up winning by 1. First International Bank and Trust intermission report rolls on here. First International Bank, a proud supporter of Minot High Magicians and Magents Athletics, MSU Beavers Hockey. Of course, the Minot community. First International Bank and Trust is a proud member of the Minot community. We stay true to our values by encouraging our staff to spend more time with family. By doing so, we spend more moments living in the moment. Member FDIC, live first. Hey, if you're buying or selling a home, let 701 Realty's Andrew Goodmanson make your experience a positive one. Give Goody a call today at 701-240-1965. That's Andrew McKenna Goodmanson at 701 Realty, 701-240-1965. A big thank you to 701 Realty, proud supporter of the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. Hey, if you get a chance, head to the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network Facebook page and vote for this week's Player of the Week. Aiden Morelli going toe-to-toe against Deontay Martinez for Minot High boys basketball. Morelli, Minot High boys hockey. They lock horns in this week's poll of who is the tops for the performance last week. Again, head to the Pro Style Production Facebook page. Give us a like there and place your vote on who you think should be this week's Player of the Week. Is it Martinez from Minot High basketball on the boys' side? Or is it Morelli from Minot High boys hockey? Martinez put up 38 against Bismarck High last week. However, it wasn't enough. They lost 81-77 to Bismarck High on Tuesday night. Martinez averaging 14.1 points per game for the Magicians. Aiden Morelli on the other side. He scored twice, including the game winner in a 3-1 win over Botno last Tuesday. Junior forward added a goal and 1 assist at Thursday's 7-0 rout over the Mandan Braves, bringing his season total to 17 points on the year. Just about set for our second half of basketball. Here on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network, we thank First International Bank and Trust once again. First International Bank and Trust, proud member of the Minot community. We stay true to our values by encouraging our staff to spend more time with family. By doing so, we spend more moments living in the moment. Member FDIC, live first. Well, Minot High has a 29-18 lead here on Turtle Mountain at the end of one half of basketball played inside of the gymnasium here at Magic City campus. What will be the outcome here at the end of the second half? Minot High looking for region win number 7 on the year. Turtle Mountain looking to pick up their first region win. Turtle Mountain in their black uniforms trimmed out in gold and maroon. They travel from the left to the right for the second half. They've got possession of the basketball with Gernot. She sent it down low, but it was bumped away there by Cheddar. The other end of the floor comes up. Allie Nelson put it up towards the rack. She was fouled on the play. So Allie Nelson gets her first trip to the charity stripe here tonight. Dambrae Chachier ends up picking up her first personal. First team foul here in the second half, and that sends Nelson to the charity stripe. First one's up and in. Allie Nelson, the senior, averaging 17 points per game. She leads the West region in points per game average. She also shoots 69% from the charity stripe. She's a perfect 2 for 2 here tonight. She had 4 points in the first half. She's got 2 here in the second half, and Turtle Mountain's got the basketball as they cross the half-court line here with Amaya Gernot. She crashes towards the rack, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Nelson. Now a loose ball scrum, and it will be pushed out of bounds. Last touch there by Turtle Mountain, so Minot High gets the ball back. Bria Chrysler and Allie Nelson scrumming for the basketball. Last touch by Chrysler, so here are the Magents back in the offensive territory. With the basketball and working it around the perimeter, Tia Haskins off to the corner to Rosenkrantz. Down low to Nelson. Nelson put up a shot. She's going to be fouled. And Allie Nelson will go to the charity stripe again. This time the second team foul will be charged on Tambray Trottier, her second personal, who's got the duties tonight. Guarding Nelson here in the second half. Easier said than done. Allie Nelson misses her third attempt from the charity stripe tonight. She's now 2 for 3. Nelson averaging 6.4 rebounds per game. Go along with her 2 assists and 17 points. Not a bad senior campaign. And she converts on the second attempt. Minot High now leading 32-18. Gernot with the basketball. Throws it across the timeline. Ball will bounce out of bounds. Minot High will get the ball back on their side of the half-court line to be inbounded here by Nelson off to Rosenkrantz. Here's Paige Rosenkrantz with the basketball. Dished off to Becca Cheddar. Leads the ball game with 10 points. That all came in the first half. Now Rosenkrantz has it outside the arc on the left wing. Top of the arc now, back across. 3-ball look came up. Tia Haskins is off the mark and pushing it to the end of the floor is LaFontaine. She puts it up off the glass, but the foul will be charged on LaFontaine. That will be Avery LaFontaine's second personal. Third team foul here on the Bravettes in the second half. 1 minute 30 seconds into our second half of basketball. Rosenkrantz slows up shop, delivers across to Allie Nelson. Outside the arc with it, Lauren McLean. Back to Rosenkrantz. Cheddar was open from 3-land. She dishes outside to Tia Haskins. She charges the lane, threw it too hard off the window. Rebound pulled down there by LaFontaine. And now at the other end of the floor, one-handed layup attempt was there. A nice little play that was put up, but no good from LaFontaine. Becca Cheddar back with the basketball off to Rosenkrantz. Dished off to the corner. Haskins, she drives the lane, puts it too heavy off the glass. Rebound pulled down here by Turtle Mountain. Aaron Casper, the official, right on the baseline, says Minot High touched it last, so Bravettes get the ball back. Here's Blue Star Gernot back into the ball game for Turtle Mountain. She kicks it off to Meyer Gernot, and Gernot's being hounded right at the half-court line by Becca Cheddar. Basketball thrown out of bounds by Turtle Mountain, so Minot High gets the ball back. Stingy defense right at the half-court line from Minot High. Off the turnover, they get the ball back, and it's Rosenkrantz over the half-court line. Here's Rosenkrantz. Dished it off, down low, off to Allie Nelson. Give it goes good. Allie Nelson's got 2 more in the ball game. Nice play there from Minot High. The design play converts right over the half-court line. Turtle Mountain hitting the deck. That time was Kaplan. Kaplan went down awkwardly. She's back up. And Turtle Mountain's going to call a timeout here with 15:27 left in our second half. Minot High starting to put it into overdrive. They lead 34-18. This is Minot High Magents basketball.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibetto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Rouse Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production live events. Now let's get back to the hardwood. Here's the voice of the Pro Style Production Network, Nick Holder.
34-18 is the score with 15:27 left in our second half. Sweet Caroline plays inside the venue here at Magic City campus. Not a big crowd on hand here tonight by any means. They have been boisterous in this West Region affair tonight. The rematch of Minot High's win over Turtle Mountain 94-58 just a few weeks back. Minot High boys basketball on the road tonight. They're in Belcourt to take on Turtle Mountain. Off the inbound pass, Becca Cheddar back over to Rosenkrantz. Back underway here as Minot High's got the basketball at the elbow with Cheddar off to Nelson, left-handed layup up and in. And Allie Nelson puts home 2 more. She's got 7 here in the second half. She had 4 in the first half. Double teamed. Here's Trottier. She's going to be charged with the travel. And Minot High will get the ball back on the forced turnover. Stingy defense tonight for the Magents. Causes the turnover, and Allie Nelson inbound the basketball again to Rosenkrantz. 15 minutes on the dot to play in the second half. Minot High up 36-18. Allie Nelson dribbles through the lane, spins back, another left-handed look. She puts it up. She's fouled on the play. She went to the floor. She'll go back to the charity stripe as the Bravettes are charged with another personal foul to Trottier. That's her 3rd personal. She's in foul trouble here. 14:51 to play in the second half. Meanwhile, Allie Nelson sets up at the free throw line. She converts. Well, she didn't have any trips to the charity stripe in the first half. She's been there 5 times here in the second half. She's made 4 of them. She's got her second attempt here on this trip. Up and in for Allie Nelson, nothing but net. Allie Nelson checks out of the ball game, and back in comes Mariah Evenson. She's been held off the score sheet so far here tonight. She had a team high 12 points against Devils Lake in the last matchup for the Magents. Bravettes have the basketball on their end of the floor. Shot came up, it was no good. Pulled down here by the Magents, and they go back the other way with the ball. Tia Haskins off to Cheddar. Now Rosenkrantz back to Cheddar outside the arc. Dished inside. Evenson off the glass and in. Mariah Evenson's got her first 2 of the ball game. 40-18, Minot High on top. 14:22 left here in the second half. Gurneau dribbles down to the corner. Put it into the lane. Shot was up, no good. Rebound pulled down. Nothing but net on the clear look there from Kobe Kepler. Her 7th point to the night. Here's Paige Rosenkrantz, one end of the floor to the other. Left-handed layup is up and in for Paige Rosenkrantz. 4 points for her in the first half. She's got 2 in the second. Minot High's got the lead at 42-22 now as that one up and in on the other end of the floor from Blue Star Gurneau. Her first 2 points in the ball game. Becca Cheddar on the right side of the radio dial outside the arc. She had the ball stripped from her. Here comes Trottier back to the other end of the floor. Fancy move, put it up, no good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Minot High, and Rosenkrantz delivers back to Cheddar. Cheddar's ran over center court. She delivers the shot that came up. She was stuffed there by Trottier, and Trottier's going to be double teamed. Jump basketball. Minot High is going to see the possession arrow belong here to Turtle Mountain, so they get the ball back. Cheddar checks out, as does Haskins. Lundy checks in. Allie Nelson checks back in. Lauren McLean checks out of the ball game. Evenson's back in for Minot High as well. So is Alexis Hayner for the Magents. Well, you heard of the pregame show tonight. Jason Schwartz was hoping to be able to bring some girls in off the bench tonight. Other end of the floor with the basketball was Rosenkrantz. She intercepted the pass. She then stepped out of bounds, so Turtle Mountain gets the ball back. 13 on the dot to play here in the second half. Join KMOT Sports Director Ben Barr for all the highlights of tonight's matchup here from the Magic City Gymnasium on KMOT TV. Shot from outside the arc from Trottier, no good. Rebound pulled down by Nelson. Here's Allie Nelson with the basketball over the timeline. Nelson, little stutter step, kicks it back outside. Basketball was taken away there on the nice steal by Gurneau. Delivered to Gurneau on the inside, and it's Amaya Gurneau from Blue Star Gurneau, and 2 more points for Amaya. She's got 8 in the ball game. Minot High still leads 42-24. Paige Rosenkrantz with the basketball, dished off to the corner. Evenson, she goes towards the lane, switches it back, puts it up and in. What a move there for Mariah Evenson off the bench. She's got 4 for Minot High. Trying to get over the half-court line are the Bravettes with Trottier kicked down to the corner. Outside look, 3 land. The ball was up but no good from Blue Star Gurneau. Rebound pulled down by Allie Nelson. Nelson averaging 6.4 boards per game. Here's Lundy outside the arc. That one was just a bit short. Rebound pulled down here by Turtle Mountain. Jump ball again. Aaron Casper looks to the officials' table. Minot High's got the possession arrow, and they will inbound. Becca Cheddar checks back in. Paige Rosenkrantz makes her way back to the bench. Trottier checking out for Turtle Mountain. Back in to the ball game on the other side is Kaplan. Allie Nelson's got the ball off to Lundy outside the arc. Dish back in. Allie Nelson put the shot up, but she was stuffed on the play. Nice play there from Kobe Kaplan. Kaplan back to the other end of the floor with the ball. Dished off outside the arc. Turtle Mountain's got it again. Gurneau downtown. Three look no good. Rebound pulled down here by the Magents. And Alexis Hayter tied up with Amaya Gurneau. Possession arrow belonged to Turtle Mountain, so they'll inbound back in their offensive zone. There is a student section here tonight. Not quite as big as the last time we were inside the Magic City Gymnasium. They've got plenty to cheer about. It's a 20-point lead for Minot High. It's 44-24. 11:24 left in the second half. This is Minot High Magent basketball.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibeto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production live events. Now let's get back to the hardwood. Here's the voice of the Pro Style Production Network, Nick Holder.
$11:21 left here in the second half. 44-24, Minot High on top of Turtle Mountain on their home floor here tonight. It's been a rough go for the Bravettes. Mentioned that last year they went 0-21, or 1-21, I'm sorry, overall. Finished inside of region play at the 11 mark. Didn't qualify for the region tournament, didn't qualify for the state tournament. Minot High finished 10th inside the region when it was all said and done. Magents looking to have a much different year when it's all said and done here in 2020. Gurneau with the basketball. Dished off inside, it came with the basketball tied up now is Blue Star Gurneau. Ball pulled down by Allie Nelson. And the whistle blows. It will be foul charged on number 15 of the Bravettes. That's Blue Star Gurneau, her first personal. 15 foul now here on Turtle Mountain. Nelson inbounds to Cheddar. She led the first half at all scorers. She had 10 in the first half, including 2 shots from outside the paint. Cheddar's got it again. She's outside the arc. Up to Lundy. Off to the outside. 3 attempt off the mark there from Alexis Hayter. Rebound pulled down here by Minot High. The shot comes out from Evenson. She's going to be fouled on the play. And Evenson's going to make her way to the charity stripe. Is picking up her second personal is Blue Star Gurneau. Sends the sophomore Mariah Evenson to the free throw line, shooting 74%. 100% here. She's 1 for 1. Rosenkrantz checking in. Also checking in for Minot High is McLean. Nelson checks out. Lundy and Cheddar checked out as well. Evenson good on her second free throw. Full court pressure back on for Minot High. They lead the ball game 46-24. Minot High takes the ball away on the steal. It's going to be taken to Rosenkrantz. Puts the left-handed layup up and in. 8 now in the ball game for Paige Rosenkrantz. Doubling her average point production on the night. Blue Star Gurneau underneath the rack. Puts it up. That one just off the mark. Rebound pulled down by the Magents. With the basketball, Tia Haskins. Off it comes to Evenson. She goes to the other end of the floor, kicks it outside. Hayter Had to athletically kick that one back out. It almost went out of bounds. Minot High with Rosenkrantz. Down at the elbow. Evenson. Clear look at the hoop. Rattled in, then out. Ball's going to go out of bounds as it was last touched by Alexis Hayter. Minot High brings Maya Aguilar into the ball game. Out to the game for Minot High will be Alexis Hayter. Turtle Mountain will inbound the basketball underneath their basket. Under 10 to play here in the second half. Minot High's up 48-24. Trottier with the basketball. Full court presses on from Rosenkrantz. Turtle Mountain's got the ball on the offensive side of the floor now as it's going to be worked outside. Handling, pressing towards the rack, putting it up and in. Colby Kemplin's got 2 more. She had 5 in the first half, 4 here in the second half for 9 on the night. Paige Rosenkrantz outside to Aguilar. Now it's going to be worked back around by Haskins. Haskins inside the paint from the elbow. Little jump shot was off the mark. Rebound pulled down by the Magents. Side of the rack, up and in. Count 2 more for Paige Rosenkrantz. 50-26, Minot High on top. 9 minutes, 7 seconds left here in the second half. Whistle on the play. There's going to be a foul charged to the Magents. Landry Maragos charged with the foul, her first personal. 3rd team foul. I'm sorry, make that Aguilar instead, first personal. Still the 3rd team foul on first team foul, I'm sorry, on the Magents. Basketball controlled here by Turtle Mountain, counted up and in. Getting that one to fall was Kemplin. She's going to go to the charity stripe now. Rosenkrantz charged with her first personal. 2nd team foul. Kemplin shooting 61% from the line. She gets that one to fall for the old-fashioned 3-point play. She missed her first free throws here tonight. She's hit the last 2. 50-29, Minot High on top. With the basketball, it's Hardy outside the arc. Now it's Rosenkrantz trying to force it inside. Ball's taken away here by Turtle Mountain. They carry it over the timeline. Off to the corner. Blue Star Gurneau, that one off the mark. Rebound pulled down here by Rosenkrantz. Rushes it up the floor. Rosenkrantz will just take it in. Stops it, pops. Short shot there, no good. Rebound pulled down outside the arc. Haskins delivered back to Rosenkrantz on the wing. Outside the arc, Haskins thought about the long 3 ball. She now sets it up inside. Give it go to Evenson. Caught it 2 more for Mariah Evenson. Evenson's got 8 in the ball game, and Minot High's got the 52-29 lead. 7:59 to tick away here in the ball game. Trottier with the ball. Moved it towards the rack. It was pulled down. Minot High is going to be touching the ball last as it went out of bounds. Lundy checks back in with Hayter. Out comes Rosenkrantz, and also checking out is Tia Haskins. Trottier checks out of the ball game here for Turtle Mountain and back in. Comes Gurneau. Basketball pulled down off the shot attempt that was no good. Minot High will get possession as Bravettes were the last to touch. Full court press is on here from Belcourt. Minot High working it over the half court line. Aguilar off to Lundy. Outside the arc. Work back over. Evenson's got it again. Lundy's in the corner. Thought about the 3 ball. Now she just delivers inside. Evenson's going to be fouled on the play. And Mariah Evenson's going to make her 2nd trip to the charity stripe. Foul was on number 21. Fortunately, I don't have a 21 on this sheet or the sheet that they hand you at the door. My apologies. Meanwhile, 2 free throws fall for Evenson. Perfect 100% tonight from the free throw line. Basketball controlled here by Turtle Mountain inside. They work it. Big stuff down low. Getting the hands up was Elsie Hardy for the Magents. Basketball went out of bounds. 7:18 left here in the second half of basketball. Minot High is up 54-29. Outside the arc. This is Ledoucer off to Amaya Gernot. Ledoucer gets it back. 3 attempt downtown. She missed off the mark. Back in is Chrysler with it. Chrysler went towards the rack. There's a foul on the play. On number 14 for Minot High, Alexis Hayner, her first personal. Third team foul, so inbounding the basketball underneath the rack here for the Bravettes is Ledoucer. Ledoucer kicks it outside. 3 attempt off the mark, pulled back down. Here by Aguilar for Minot High. She has a nice little crossover move, but then she lost possession of the basketball. Here comes Gernot back the other way. Gernot back into Minot High territory with the ball. Worked around the perimeter. Turtle Mountain's got the basketball outside the arc. There's a little crossover move to the rack. Chrysler put it up, but she was fouled on the play. She'll get 2 shots. Nice crossover move there. She was fouled by Evenson, her first personal. Lundy comes over to have a conversation with Schwartz at the Minot High bench. Meanwhile, at the charity stripe, this is Bria Chrysler. Shot is up and in. Her first point to the ball game comes from the free throw line. Blue Star Gernot checks out. Katie Del Rome checks back in here for the Bravettes. Second shot for Chrysler from the free throw line is good. First 2 points of the ball game. 54-31, Minot High on top. Here's Evenson with the basketball. Back onto the offensive side of the floor. Who was it last touched by? And they say Turtle Mountain, so Minot High gets the ball back as it went out of bounds. 6:28 left here in the second half. 54-31. Minot High on top. They inbound the ball. This is Alexis Hayner for the Magents. Hayner at the top of the arc. Kicked it over to Lundy. In the corner, Evenson. Down low underneath the rack, off the glass, and in for 2 points. Got him for Elsie Hardy, her first 2 of the ball game. The sophomore's on the board. 56-31, Minot High on top. Del Rome just way outside. Handling is Chrysler. Thought about the 3. She gets it to fall. 5 points in the second half now for Bria Chrysler. Here's Lundy back the other way for the Magents. Down low, Hayner off the glass. That one no good. Rebound pulled down here by the Bravettes. And they'll go back the other way with Micaiah Ledoucer. Ledoucer dished off. Down to the corner. Last touch here by Evenson for Minot High. It went out of bounds. They will inbound here with 5:38 to play here in the second half. And we've got immediate timeout on the floor. We'll do the same thing. Minot High leads this one big, 56-34 with 5.5 to play. And this is Minot High Magent basketball.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibeto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production live events. Now let's get back to the hardwood. Here's the voice of the Pro Style Production Network, Nick Holber.
Well, Mariah Evenson for Minot High comes in off the bench here in the second half. She's got 10 points here in the second half alone. She didn't score the first half at all. She leads the way in the second. Paige Rosenkrantz with 6 here in the second half. Allie Nelson, she's got 9 here in the second half. Sorry, Allie Nelson has 7 here in the second half for Minot High. Regardless, the Magents lead 56-34. 5:35 to play here in the ball game. Control the basketball. This is Ledoucer for the Bravettes. Shot clock's down to 10. Gernot up top. Now Ledoucer outside the arc. Straightaway look from 3 land. That ball was up but no good. Rebound pulled down here by Minot High. Back to the other end of the floor is Lundy. She crashes towards the rack, and Avery Lundy's got 2 of the ball game. Her first 2 of the night. Here's Gernot for Turtle Mountain. She crosses the timeline. Gernot now outside the arc. Worked it back around here to Leducer. Sent inside. This one off the glass. No good. Too hard there on the attempt from Del Rey. Minot High's Lundy's got it again. Lundy dished it off up towards the rack. Count it. And Aguilar's got 2 points. She'll have the chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play here as she was fouled after she let go of the ball and it went through the hoop. May Aguilar's got the old-fashioned 3-point play. She gets that one to fall. Foul was charged, by the way, on Turtle Mountain's number 3. That's Ava Marion. Her first personal, 8th team foul. Timeout, Turtle Mountain. Minot High lead 61-34. Runaway train for the Magents here tonight. Minot High averaging 56 points per game. They've topped that here. That's good enough for 6th in the WDA. Bismarck Century leads the West with 69 points per game on average. Minot High averaging 57 points allowed per night. Turtle Mountain 20 more than that. They're giving up 77 points per game on average. 4:44 left here in this conference matchup tonight. Turtle Mountain down 61-34. They've got the basketball with Amaya Gernot. Outside the arc now, working it around. Leducer's got it here. Back over to Gernot. Team leader in point average. 10 a night for Gernot. She spins one off the glass. Rebound pulled down by the Bravettes, and then it's Lundy that takes the ball away, and she goes coast to coast with it. Here's Lundy. Other end of the floor, trying to go to Evenson. She's underneath the rack. Now outside the arc, shot clock at 20. Minot High with time, and Evenson with the basketball in the near wing. Gernot's going to commit the foul. That's going to be Gernot's 3rd personal. Maya Gernot, by the way. 9th team foul. So Evenson heads back to the charity stripe. 2 visits from the free throw line here tonight for Mariah Evenson. She's made all 4 shots. 74% from the free throw line. She's solid here tonight, hits another one. 62-34, Minot High on top with 4:09 to play in the ball game. Evenson, that attempt misses, and Minot High pulls down the board. Lundy outside the arc. Just back around. This is Hayner back up to Evenson. Evenson at the elbow. Now it's going to be sent over to Aguilar. Aguilar's got the ball back to Lundy. Outside the arc. Now straight away. Inside the 3-point line. It's going to go over to the corner where Alexis Hayner hits for 3. First points of the night for Alexis Hayner's a 3-ball. Now Gernot's got it here. Gernot inside. Off to Leducer. The ball will roll back in. Make that Chrysler, my apologies. And Chrysler's got 2 more in the ball game. Turtle Mountain's going to call a timeout. 3:33 left here in the ball game. Minot High leads 65-36. This is Minot High Magent basketball.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Network has been made possible by Homesteaders, the UPS Store, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Vibetto Orthodontics, Qdoba, Shields, Premier Movement, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, 701 Realty, Bremer Bank. This presentation is also brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, Soltis Sportswear, First Western Bank and Trust, Pro Style Production, First International Bank, and Pro Style Production live events.
.333 left here in the ball game. Minot High's on top, 65-36. They've got possession of the basketball as they bring it over the timeline here with Alexis Hayner, who just hit for 3 for her first points of the night. From the corner, Evenson gets the inbound pass. 2 more for her. She's been fantastic here in the second half. Off the bench for Evenson. She didn't score the first half. She's got plenty here in the second. 13 to be exact. Foul was charged to the Magents, number 25, Elsie Hardy, her first personal. Sends Parisian into the charity stripe. First one up, bounces off the front of the rim and in for Taylor Parisian. 30-point lead for the Magents as Parisian has her second attempt from the line. Shots up, bounces off the front of the rim, then the backboard, pulled down there by Hardy for the Magents, and now it's Aguilar that takes it to the other end of the floor. Aguilar down to the corner, off to Lundy. Lundy dishes inside. Guess who? Evenson again, out top to Hardy. She'll fire one up. Rebound is pulled down by Evenson. Throws it off the glass and in. 15 on the night for Evenson. All coming in the second half. The sophomore's been good for the Magents. They lead 69-37. On their end of the floor, the shot was up. And no good from Parisian. Then it went out of bounds on the rebound attempt. Ball just about rolled out into the cafeteria here at Magic City. Basketball handled here by Ledoucer. She works it back up top for the Bravettes. They work it around the perimeter again. Now with it, Ledoucer handles a 3 attempt. Way downtown, Ledoucer put it up. The whistle blew. It went off the shot clock, so it will be Minot High basketball as it went out of bounds. Stick around for the Pro Style Production postgame show tonight. We'll have our Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game in the Pro Style Production postgame show here tonight. This young lady making a case for that right now. Evenson puts home 2 more points as she went coast to coast. 2-minute warning here in the ball game. Minot High leading 71-37. With the basketball handling now, Belcourt's got it. On the offensive side, Hardy got the stuff in the way of that one. Outside the arc, 3-ball attempt was up, no good from Ledoucer. Pulled down by Aguilar. Here come the Magents again. Minot High with control of the basketball. They work it outside. Aguilar's got it back from Hayter. Then they throw it away, so the Bravettes will get the ball back here with 1:31 left in the contest. Thanks for joining us here tonight on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. Make sure to head to Facebook and like Pro Style Production, the Pro Style Production Network on Facebook, to stay up to date with all the broadcasts and local sports from here in the Magic City. Official home of Minot State Beavers hockey, Minot High Magicians hockey, covering Minot High football and basketball, baseball and softball as well here for 2020 and moving forward. Dish down low to Hardy. She got the ball, but she was fouled on the play. That will send Hardy to the line as Minot High is in the bonus. Parisian's going to be charged with the foul. That's her first personal. 10th team foul here on Belcourt. Shot from Hardy's no good. She's got 2 points in the ball game. Here comes her second attempt from the free throw line. The sophomores look at the second one, too hard as well. Rebound pulled down by Turtle Mountain. Here come the Bravettes with 1 minute on the dot to play in the ball game. Side the arc. Dribble drive through the lane. The ball is pulled down by Minot High. Aguilar's got it again. She races to the far corner with it. Now outside the arc, Aguilar, wearing number 13, goes back up to Evenson. Evenson dish back off to Hardy. Evenson's got it back. She put up the left-handed attempt. She was blocked there nicely by Parisian. We're down to 35 seconds in the ball game. Right in front of the hoop, the shot was up but no good on the attempt from Del Rome. Minot High's Aguilar's got it back, and Aguilar works it across the timeline here to Alexis Hayter. She's hit once from 3 land here tonight. Minot High looking to take some air out of the basketball here with Lundy. They work it around. Outside the arc for Hayter. Inside Aguilar, the give-and-go play. Aguilar missed the gimme on the layup attempt, and the rebound pulled down. Cut them down, kids, for the final time. We're at 4, now 3. Here's the shot End of the ball game, pulled down by Lundy. Minot High's going to walk out of here with a 71-37 win tonight. They led 29-18 at the half. They never looked back. The Magents pick up their 7th region win of the year. They do it so in fashion tonight. They up in Belcourt 71-37. Let's go to the Pro Style Production postgame show. This is Minot High Magents basketball.
Systems go for lunch break when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit MinotHockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mariah Evenson goes off for 17 in the second half. And Minot High never looked back after a 29-18 lead at the end of the first half. They cruise in this one, 71-37 here tonight. It's the Pro Style Production postgame show for this West Region matchup in Santa Girls, North Dakota High School basketball, where Minot High coming in as the number 7 team of the West. Had a point to prove after getting beaten up pretty bad by Devils Lake the other night, 71-34. Well, they basically returned that favor tonight here to Turtle Mountain. Final score this one, 71-37. It's the Pro Style Production postgame show. Pro Style Production is the top choice for event management and production, whether it's a wedding, reception, or a party. Our money-back guarantee ensures that you're satisfied. Pro Style Production also specializes in marketing What's your strategy? ProStyleProduction.com. That's ProStyleProduction.com. Let the pros handle it. Well, tonight, looking like a pro was Mariah Evenson. She led all scorers in the ball game with 17 here tonight. Let's look at the Bravettes on the other side first. 8 total tonight for Amaya Gernot, 6 of those coming in the first half. Blue Star Gernot ended up with 2 points tonight. Avery LaFontaine scored 5 points, all coming in the first half. Kylan Malateri had 2 points in the ball game tonight. Taylor Parisian had 1 point tonight. That was in the second half. 7 points for Bria Chrysler tonight, all coming in the second half of basketball. Kobe Keplin ended up with 12 tonight here for the Bravettes. 5 in the first half, 7 in the second half. She had a good ball game tonight for the Bravettes. She led the scoring for Belcourt tonight with 12. On the other side for the Magents here tonight, 2 points for Elsie Hardy. Lauren McLean had 6, all coming in the first half. Maya Aguilar had 3 points, all coming in the second half tonight. Paige Rosenkrantz ended the night with 10. Alexis Hayner had a 3-pointer in the second half. That's where her scoring ended. Tia Haskins had 5. Avery Lundy scored 2 points tonight. Becca Cheddar had 10, all coming in the first half. She was held off the score sheet in the second half. Allie Nelson averaging 17 per game, leading the West region with that 17. She only scored 13 here tonight. She had a good ball game, but the rest of the scoring was left up to Mariah Evenson. 17 points tonight, all coming in the second half of basketball here tonight. Time to announce our Minot's Finest Collision Center star of the game. At Minot's Finest Collision Center, we ensure the proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle so safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. We're more than an auto body repair shop. We are Minot's Finest, 701-839-0989. Hard to argue here tonight that our star of the game isn't Mariah Evenson with 17 tonight, all in the second half. Evenson's going to be named our star of the game here tonight on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network after that solid performance here tonight. Minot High goes out of the win. They improve the record now in the West region to 7-7 in the West. They're 7-8 overall on the year. Unfortunately for the Bravettes from Belcourt, they're now 0-14 in conference play. They're 1-14 overall here in 2019-2020. Next up on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network, more girls high school basketball coming up on Thursday night. St. Mary's is in town to take on the Magents. We'll have the pre-game show brought to you by Planet Pizza starting at 7:10 here at the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. Hope you join us then. Till then, we're going to sign off from here at Magic City. Minot High gets the win tonight. Final score, 71-37. Thanks to Jason Schwartz for stopping by for a conversation tonight. I'm Nick Kohlberg signing off from Magic City. Till Thursday night, please have a good night and God bless.